Reading now from the book of Lamentations, which is a collection of poems lamenting the destruction of Jerusalem in and around 586 BC, and the plight of its people who were forced to flee and were exiled. The circumstance around the lament is not as important as the knowledge that God's unfailing love, mercy, and presence continue with us through our ordeals. Lamentations. The thought of my pain, my homelessness, is bitter poison. I think of it constantly, and my spirit is depressed. Yet hope returns when I remember this one thing. The Lord's unfailing love and mercy still continue. Fresh as the morning, as sure as the sunrise. The Lord is all I have. And so in Him, I put my hope. It is September 10th, 2016. And right here on the chancel steps, a young couple is getting married. For Emily Eiler and Cody Stomp, the wedding ceremony is magical. More so than they had ever dreamed. Standing at the front of the church, the young couple exchanges vows, eager to begin their lives together. And the minister flashes his renowned toothy smile as he shares in their happiness. So happy are these people. So bright, so sunny bright is their day. Half a world away, a mother and her two children run between the ruins of their once beautiful neighborhood. They live in the bombed-out city of Aleppo in Syria. Fatima says that her 9-year-old daughter has been traumatized by the jets and the exploding bombs, and often wakes up screaming at the top of her lungs. She's drenched in a heavy sweat. "Mama, did you hear them?" her daughter calls out night after night. "Are the planes close? Do we need to run?" So sad and frightened are these people. So dark is their night. One morning, George, a farmer and a longtime lover of animals, pulls his pickup over onto the shoulder of County Road 20, out near Big Creek. He pauses his hectic schedule to rescue a large turtle from the cars and the trucks that are whizzing by. Standing in the middle of the road, he stops traffic, giving his turtle friend enough time to make his way across the road, shuffle under the guardrail, and disappear into the marsh. So happy are George and his turtle friend that morning. So sunny bright is their day. The wife and son of an elderly man are gathered around his bed in the ICU wing of the local hospital. The man has just undergone heart surgery and will be staying in the hospital for several more days. Everyone's stress level is high. Everyone is in desperate need of answers. Everyone is searching for peace. Their spirits have long been anxious, as their days have been long and somber gray. While 36 kilometers away, a petite woman celebrates her 86th birthday. Same day, she makes her way slowly down to the large gathering room of her retirement residence. Her movement has long been bound by her walker. In the same way, her spirit has been bound by her pain. But today is different. Today, huge bouquets of flowers, generously donated by a local grower, are being handed out to the residents. Tears well up in her eyes, not out of sadness, but out of joy, as she clings the long stems. When was the last time I held such beauty and such generosity? She thinks to herself. Hers is a soaring spirit that afternoon. Hers is a bright, sunny day. But just a few clicks away, a 60-something-year-old man sits on a couch, his head bowed and gripped firmly by two strong yet weathered hands. Another wave of sadness has swallowed him up. He tries to fight back the tears, but it's no use. They continue to pour down his cheeks as he searches his memory for stories to tell about his deceased wife. Oh, to hold her just one more time, he tells a friend, even if but for a moment. His is a heavy, sad spirit that day. His is a dreary, gray day, to be sure. The wedding couple was so happy the day they professed their vows, oblivious to the world around them. So too was the farmer, the day he saved the turtle, and the old woman, the day she clenched her flowers. Yet as far away as Syria on the other side of the road, and as close as your neighbor just down the road, people were suffering great pain, sadness, and grief. For some, their day was sunny bright. And yet for others, it was a heavy, dark, somber day. And that is the backdrop for my message today, as we celebrate worldwide communion this Sunday. Joy and sorrow, beauty and ugliness, promise and disappointment, life and death, sin and grace. As I was preparing to write my message this week, I looked up the word commune in my dictionary. And among its many meanings, it means to feel in close touch. To feel in close touch. Commune. So communion means an instance of sharing, especially thoughts and feelings. Holy Communion, of course, would mean an instance of being in close touch, not only with one another, but with our loving and gracious God through the sharing of bread and juice. Okay? A sharing. To feel in close touch. I don't think that we can gather here today as friends in faith. Gather around this table to celebrate Holy Communion without feeling in close touch. In the very deepest part of who we are, feeling in close touch with those whose hearts are breaking this very day. And of course, some of us come with all that breaks our hearts too. For in some measure, all of us, despite our wedding and our flower and our turtle moments, despite those moments that fill us with such joy and wonder, with gratitude for our blessings, with appreciation for God's goodness to us, all of us have our own struggles and sorrows, compounded by the misery of others that we just can't seem to alleviate, that we can only sit helplessly by and watch. So I think it's good that we're here at this table on this Worldwide Communion Sunday. As there is a place for the wedding couple within God's loving heart, and for the farmer, and the turtle, and the woman clutching flowers, as there is a place for the family in Syria, and for children standing at their father's bedsides, as there is a place for widowers trying desperately to stop their tears, it is good to remember that there is a place within God's loving heart for everyone, bar none. There is a place for all of us, for you and for me. It is a place of grace, a place where the free, unmerited, unconditional, unending love of God is poured out upon us. That's what that means. It is a place of hope, a place where God meets us and lifts us and inspires us and challenges us and reminds us that in whatever place we find ourselves, God is with us to help transform those places and to help us reclaim for ourselves the beauty and the wonder that exists all around us. If only we would remember to do that. And in this place, today, with the world spinning and spinning and spinning, it seems, out of control, on an axis of hatred and malice and cruelty, perhaps more than at other times, we need to draw a little bit closer to the loving heart of God. Perhaps more than at other times, we need to draw a little closer to one another. To one another. Perhaps more than at other times, we need to remember those both inside our circle and those outside. So I invite you, all of you, not one left out, come to this table. Come with your hopes and with your disappointments. Come with your joys and with your sorrows. With all that fills you with wonder and with all that breaks your heart. Come. For here, in this sanctuary of the Spirit, there is a place for you. God invites you